Welcome back to another video. It's been a long time. Well, actually, it's been only a couple days, but whatever. So, let me just double check because I don't remember the last time I uploaded a video. So I'm gonna go to my uh, um, let's go to my channel because I haven't uploaded in a video in a long time. But here's the big news. Just oh my god. The big news: Apple is returning to Fortnite for the very first time, for the longest time. So, as you guys know, there's been some recent drama with Apple um, versus the whole Apple thing and everything else. Uh, but today we're going to be talking about Fortnite, and we're going to be going on about the thing. So with Apple. So first of all, number one, Epic is returning to iOS on like in 2024, late 2024. So probably somewhere in February, or not February. We're almost in February. Sometime in probably in September, October, whatever, or November. I don't know. But basically, what this means is that players will be able to play on iOS for the very first time in a long time, and it's been like almost five chapters. So congratulations to Epic returning to the iOS store. So that's a huge upgrade to the actual games itself. Now, another big news is to talk about is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I didn't mention it before, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are they've been out there for a while, uh, but there's a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a whole theme song. There's going to be like it's me Master Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. He kind of reminds me of Raven a little bit, very dark and super cool and amazing. Now, so that's gonna be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now let's go back to the biggest announcements ever. Now I mentioned this a while ago about in I think it was like a month ago or like 2 months ago. I don't remember, but I remember talking about. Mm, talk about possibly of chapter 5 season two's uh, main main theme and main live event. Not live event, but it will be no, sorry, not chapter 2, chapter 5 season 2. I'm so sorry. Chapter 5 season 2. So if you guys don't know, the theme is called uh, mythology. That's what I think it's gonna be called because there's been some files related to mythology and such forth. And there's been a recent update. The earthquakes from all the way back in chapter, I don't know. If you remember when we saw in both in chapter 4 and uh, uh, chapter 4 and chapter 1, where we saw the earth shaking and such forth. So, what does this mean? Well, this means that we could possibly see a huge change on the map itself. So I'm just basically putting this out here. So let's see what we have so far. So we go to my map right here. So supposedly the earthquake will start going around the map. Um, and now we've seen this before, and a lot of people actually want to state this because everyone thinks that the whole it's going to be like how we had it back in chapter chapter 4 season. I think it was like 3. Everyone really didn't like that season because of the fact that it was earthquakes and then the whole like the whole map fell down and there was like a giant jungle biome slash Aztec kind of thing like that. So that was really kind of a big, like big doubt. Like people hated that so much because of the fact that. However, I think this is actually confirmation about something that I want to talk about. So as you guys know, I talked about this about a month ago about next season being mythology themed slash Greek themed, because there were a lot of related files with electricity and thunders and all that kind of stuff. And another thing is also, if you didn't know, in the actual game, if you play the map, there's like this character holding, there's like a character holding his hand, like there's like almost like hands holding, like if you saw with the eye and such forth with the society, uh, society, or yeah, the society, uh, the sigil, right? The society emblem or whatever you want to call it. And I was thinking like, because there was some possibility theories talk about this emblem that looks like Midas's hands doing kind of like almost like peeking through his eyes and such forth. And it does look like Midas actually, because if you take a look at this, the emblem, it has like gold, and then the other hand has gold, and his eye kind of matches the actual. Like if you take a look at Midas, right? If we go to Midas right now, let's see. I'm not sure. Let's see. I think it was like a long time ago. Right. So if you go to Midas, so you can see how the hands kind of literally match the hands to the actual emblem of the society emblem. So I said emblem twice. But the biggest thing a lot of people probably asking is, uh, what does this actually have to do with the earthquakes? Well, as you guys know, in like mostly mythology, anytime when there's like anytime there's like a huge natural disaster, it's because it's caused by the gods. I mean, I'm just like, because if you look up like anything to do with natural disasters or anything like that, way back in the day, like I think it was like around Pompeii or things like Greece or anything like that, um, they would talk about things like, um, when the earth shakes and such forth, then they believe that it's caused by the gods. Oh no, the gods are calling us. The gods are, they're causing all this ruckus and all that kind of stuff, and that's what basically it means. Basically, it's because the whole earthquakes and such forth is because it's because of the people believe in the whole natural phenomena, and they thought it was the gods who were causing this whole big earthquake. But in actual reality, it's not. It was just the earth shifting a little bit because there was a fault, like there was a fault line around Pompeii, probably, where it caused the volcano to erupt. So that's basically how people believe in the whole earthquake slash gods, and they believe that the gods caused the earth to rupture, and then all those kind of crazy things. But that's just like, those are just myths, like people always talk about, and that's why Fortnite itself is doing the exact, like they're actually making what's called earthquakes coming from the ground. So you'll see earthquakes like ruptures or like shakes around the island, and that's because of the fact that the earth is shaking. So I imagine two things that I have a possibility. I imagine Olympus, right? Olympus, not the god, but Olympus will probably Olympus itself probably will raise from the ground up. So it'll probably destroy all the buildings, and they'll probably raise from the bottom, and just like, and then the whole like the Olympus itself will probably see. I always thought like Olympus itself would appear from the clouds, and you'll see like this kind of like this like island, like small little island, like similar to the mothership, right? Where that would come in, and there would be like this giant. Uh, there would be like Olympus right up there. So I was thinking like something like that, and we can go to that place where we can see Olympus up there. So like similar to the mothership, basically, where people would get teleported up there, and then explore the great mythology of Olympus. So who knows? Um, and I think that's going to be it. But basically, we know that next season will be possibly the uh, mythology themed. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be mythology themed. I think it's going to be a mix, but we'll see. It might be something else. I don't know. I'm just like thinking of the off the top of my head, but who knows? It might be totally different. Maybe Midas is actually the one who's bringing the gods to this world. Who knows? Because if you didn't know, Midas was the one who, well, he was actually cursed or whatever. The Midas touch, he was cursed, and then he gained the power of the golden touch. So anything he touches turns to gold, and the gods, or the person who he wanted to turn everything to gold so he can be rich, right? But he didn't want it because now he has to suffer the consequences. And the only way he could actually fully get rid of the curse, or get rid of the actual curse itself, is by washing his hands in the river itself and such forth. I don't know how that actually works specifically, because honestly, there are a lot of explanation about this, like how things can change into gold. Um, because I mean, it does sound legit, but there's no way someone can turn anything to gold. Like, unless there's like some kind of scientifically explained type of thing. So like maybe maybe he had like maybe he had weird like maybe he was wearing like some kind of gloves or such forth. I don't know. Kind of seems kind of weird, right? I mean, the whole theme of such forth is kind of like I don't want to doubt anything, but it's kind of fun when you think about it. Like you would see like oh all the Greek gods like coming and such forth, and right. So it makes like things like a little bit more interesting to the player itself, and it does sound fun. Now the only thing a lot of people probably don't know, are probably asking. I'm gonna continue. I'll do this a little bit more in depth. Um, with the whole Greek god thing about this. I'm basically a lot of people are asking like, what would I be doing after like, would I still play this season? Would I still play this chapter, or do you think I'm gonna quit the actual chapter itself? Here's the thing. So I don't really actually know what I'm gonna be doing for the next, like my honest opinion is that I do like Fortnite a lot, but the problem is, here's the problem. Uh, the problem is that, well, I don't really consider playing the game as much as I used to. Uh, like for example, like I've been playing a lot of other games, like for example, like um, HSR. If you don't know what that game is, it's called Honkai Star Rail. Play a lot of that kind of game. The only reason why I play that game a lot is because of the fact that it's fun. It's like you have all the you like it's pretty easily the bosses are amazing. You can like when you're fighting against the bosses, it's quite easily. The music is like insane, and it's like almost so like amazing. Um, and then when you're like playing the game, it's almost like you're having fun with the actual the you're actually having um, you're actually having fun in the game, but also like the experience of that game, like the experience itself, is just a lot cooler. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just like it feels more funner. The characters are much cooler. They just have like better aesthetics and such forth. I'm just like I mean I play like I used to love back in the day. I used to love Fortnite skins, but I just don't want to rant about like yeah I have every pretty much mostly every skin that I like, right? So here's the thing. These are all those skins I like. I mean Caleb Thorne was probably the coolest skin like coolest character I've ever seen my entire life. Chapter 4 had some really cool characters. But season three came along, uh, when season three came along, it kind of slowed down. And then when chapter five, season one came around, I don't think people were that impressed because I mean, it looks like I don't want to say this, but it kind of bored me because a lot of these characters kind of look a little bit boring to me. Like if you take a look at the skin, like the what's called the Mortridge or whatever his name is, Mortridge. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Uh, right? He just looks so like I don't know. He just looks so boring. Like he has a cool, diamond thing, but he looks so boring to me. Like, and then if you take a look at Peter Griffin, I love boring skin. Like, I'm not saying Peter Griffin's like he's okay skin, but I think like a lot of these skins kind of got me bored. This skin is okay, but a lot of skins kind of just got me bored and such with like the season itself just I don't know the excitement it just doesn't feel and you notice like some players are actually like I noticed like for example like um Lego Lego Fortnite is just like it lost a lot of players. Same with Rocket Racing. I mean it's still doing at 77K, but you can see like it's kind of lackluster to see that the fact is players are not playing Fortnite anymore. Like I remember like did you see like when the update came around, they had new skins, but they didn't add anything crazily new to the map itself. So that's why a lot of times like this itself is just like they removed the snow like the snow area around here, right? So it's kind of okay, but I was kind of like, oh wow, they removed the snow over here. So it's just a little bit better. But in my own opinion, I feel like the map's fine. I just don't feel like it just doesn't feel that impressive because when playing this season, like okay, this the crazy new map, new bosses, everything else, but I feel like when chapter four came around, people were real excited, but this map kind of feels a little kind of boring, honestly. So that's all I'm gonna say. But anyways, I hope you guys do enjoy it. Leave a like, subscribe new, and of course I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.